do that Russian thing where like it's like the arm wrestle, but you just go up there and you just slap the shit out of each other.
Yep.
The Dodgers are just prone to choking. What else can you say?
They just love.
Great shot, Jake. Any words?
That's a 2-iron, bitch.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Backdoor podcast and our special episode of Fantasy Power Rankings. This week, we bring you the rankings for Week 15 of the fantasy baseball season, and we have some shakeups. Starting off, let's get right into it. Starting off at the top. So Zach's team lost this week, so we don't have to hear "I'm the fucking best." Because
I'm still the fucking best.
But
You dared all statistics point to me being the best. Record, points for, and the margin of victories point to me being the best. This ranking is under protest.
Your protest doesn't mean shit.
Apparently not.
Well, so the new number one team, moving up from number 2, is Bartolo Colonoscopy and Braden.
It's a joke.
It's not though, because I put him there and he's 10-5. So
this is a joke. Yeah, he's 10-5. What am I?
12-3.
Oh, that's weird. Who has more points for?
I'm sorry, but I
Who
make this on a week-to-week basis, not based on.
Who lost last week? Yes, but who was on an 8-game winning streak that previous week compared to a 2-game win streak now?
I think you're just mad because you lost.
Well, no, I'm not mad because I lost. I'm mad because now I did say to be the best, you have to beat the best. Now, your brother didn't beat the best. As I had pulled in private to you, I thought Javi should have been number 1 because Javi has a good team, and he beat me. And I said to be the best, you got to beat the best. But no, that didn't happen. So if he wasn't going to be number 1, just because your brother's on a 2-game win streak, why is he number 1 now? Because I lost, and because one loss, me winning 8 of my last 9 means I get punished. It wasn't even a bad week for me.
That's why you only dropped 1 spot. All right, anyways. So, yeah, Braden's moving to number 1. You can bitch about it all you want, but I'm putting him at 1. And I think he fully deserves it. Yes, he only scored 328 this week, but he's 10-5, and he's been good, and he's been consistently at the top. And why are you laughing so hard?
This is a fucking joke.
It's not.
This is a fucking joke.
It's not.
There is nothing that you can tell me that shows that he deserves to be a number 1 more than me besides just because I lost this last week. Also, I have a better record. I have more points total. I have less points against. I went on an 8-game fucking winning streak, and I scored more points than him last week. Mm-hmm.
So getting back into it. I put him first because, like I said, it's a week-by-week thing. And he won. You lost. It's a close race, and he's in the other division. So, actually, if you look at the playoff bracket, he is the number 2. But I don't know. He's just... I don't know. I think this week, for some reason, I just feel that he is more deserving. So you can argue all you want, but he is where he is, and you are where you are. So let's talk about his team, even though you don't want to.
I'll let you talk about it. I'm going to save my words because I have a lot more to say.
Okay. So Devers was his top scorer at 38. He went 9 for 30 with 3 home runs, 11 RBIs. Ramon Laureano was number 2 for him, 34 points. Other than that, he had 6 players score in the 30s, 1 in the 20s, a couple more double-digit guys, and then he had 3 negative players in Lucchesi, negative 14, Adrian Sampson, negative 12, Adam Wainwright, negative 9, which thank you for that. He picked him up after I had been streaming him for a couple starts, and then I decided not to pick him up for this start. And yeah, that paid off for me. He got negative 9. And Braden used 8 starters this week, which is a shocker. And he beat Boot Scooter Boogie 328 to 300. Any words? All right.
Nope.
Okay. Well, then our number 2 ranked team is Zach Beekman's own team.
Mm-hmm.
And I was
An
raped by a
absolute,
Blackman.
an absolute abuse of power.
Sometimes you just have to show them what you're
This
made of.
this is ranking rape. That's what this is.
Well, you were raped by a Mexican this week, so
I was not raped by a Mexican. I was down by 100 points at one point, and I stormed back, and I only lost. What is this? By 44 points. By 44 points, I lost by only. And in our discussions in our group chat, 44 points is still a pretty close game. Oh, and here's a news flash. Your brother may have won. I was the second highest scorer in the league last week, and I lost. Everybody else that won, I would have beaten. I have the best record at 12-3. I have most points scored. I have under 5,000 points against, which not many other teams have. I also only have 1 negative score last week. I'm pretty sure my highest was Christian Yelich in 40-some points. And I was on an 8-game win streak, and I lose 1 game.
I mean,
I'm still the best total. Javi was the best last week. I will give him that. I will give that maybe I deserved a thought to move down, but an actual demotion down to number 2, even though it is the facts are there that I am still the best team and I'm still the most powerful team, as in what power rankings suggests. The fact that I'm at number 2 right now is a travesty. And the fact I didn't get to talk about this in the last video since I wasn't here. The fact that you moved fucking Jake down was a travesty as well.
yeah, he deserved it.
But I don't deserve this.
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
It's 1 spot.
I don't give a shit if it's 1 spot.
If you want to prove me wrong, then prove me
Trump
wrong.
like it if Pence got promoted to president, he got demoted down to vice president. Shit like that ain't gonna go over well, and it's not going over well. Fuck.
Oh my goodness. So prove me wrong this week then. Jesus.
What do you mean prove you wrong this week?
Blow him
What
out.
do you
Win.
mean? How did I prove you? What did I do last week that besides lose by 44 points?
That's all you needed to do for me.
I outscored your winning dumbass brother.
Yep. But you lost to
Ridiculous.
the number 6 ranked team, so
I am so frustrated. I'm not even mad that I lost. I'm mad that this horse fuckery is going around in these goddamn rankings.
oh man. You should go watch the video I just sent you.
I don't want to watch the video. You have pissed me off. I will not watch it till the morning.
No, it has to do with how shitty this video looks right now.
I don't want to watch it.
No, you should watch it because maybe we should just record
I
yours.
should be number 1.
Send it
But
to
you
me.
see, some things that should be just ain't gonna fucking happen.
Well, if we want our audience to actually enjoy this,
This is ridiculous.
we might want to record yours.
I'm upset.
I know.
I'm very upset.
I knew you would be.
We didn't even get into my score yet.
All right. So let's break down your team a little bit from this week. The number
The
2
best
ranked team, that is.
The best team in the league.
Number 2 ranked team.
The best team in the league.
So you lost 412, 368, and Yelich was your top scorer, 41.
Yep.
Then you only had one player score 30 points.
Kettle Marte.
And
Yep.
Ketel Marte.
You say it like that again, and I swear to God.
That's how everyone says it. Literally everyone. Even the
It's
announcers for... No, even the announcers for
Kettle
Arizona
Marte.
say Ketel.
It is Kettle Marte.
It's Ketel. Anyways,
Kettle.
so he was your second high scorer at 30 points. And then you had
4
Yuli
and
Gurriel,
20.
24, Rendon, 23, Verlander, 22, Gibson, 21.
Vasquez and Decatur both with 16. I had one negative, and that was Gene Segura at -1, and Howie Kendrick got 0.
Yep. And you used 9 pitchers.
Yep. Compared to Javi's 11, which smart move on his part, using 8 in the one day. That's what I think really set the game up for in his favor. Just put up a big 178 points in a week.
Which we will be talking about very soon.
That was crazy. So, I mean, I will, as much as I despise this power rankings, I will give it to Javi. Smart strategy. He did really well with his lineup this week, which led him to beat me. So for this next week here, I will relinquish my title of best in the league to him, even though I do have the best team in the league and should be number 1 in power rankings. Javi is the best team in the league right now.
Rant over.
I'm the fucking best, but Javi is the best in the league right now.
Maybe I really hope that come fantasy football season, your team just fucking blows.
Oh, it probably will, because I don't do well in fantasy football whatsoever. But in fantasy baseball, I'm the best that will ever play the game. Except for this week, it's Javi.
All right, so number 3, Yeet.
Yeah. I'm playing him this week. Last week he had a decent week.
Yep. I was actually... So this is really going to piss you off. I was going to move him up to 2. And then I decided, no, better not. Zach is a better team.
Oh, that... Your jokes continue. Jokes continue. That...
I actually was going to move him up to 2, though, and then I decided against it.
I probably would have killed you and then on camera killed myself, because I couldn't live with the pain that people just take advantage of me.
I think I would have been hilarious if I would have put him at 2.
I don't think it would be.
I can just imagine how much you would have flipped then.
I can sum up what the power ranking for this week would be if that would have been the case. I can sum it up in one word. Would you like to hear my one-word synopsis? Aneurysm.
Oh. Well,
I'm
that's
not
not
going
what
to
I
let
was
you.
going to guess.
It's aneurysm. I would have one if you would have put him at 2.
All right. Joke's on you. You're actually number 3.
Nope.
Damn.
Nope. There's been enough joke. That's not a joke.
So he won 344, 321. Took down Jake and newly named team Austin Wants Dirty Sanchez.
So you get your Crohn's disease all figured out?
Yeah, I got the Crohn's disease figured out, but now I want Dirty Sanchez.
I've known that one for years.
So, any thoughts on Yeet this week?
To be honest,
dude, I don't understand how he uses so many fucking players every week.
Honestly, it wasn't even a good week.
No, it was an awful week.
1, 2, 3,
he used 12 pitchers and scored 344.
9 negative players, and among them it was Travis d'Arnaud, who he'd been on a pretty decent hot streak for Tampa Bay recently. Joey Gallo, who this season, up until this last week, had apparently gotten rid of the whole stigma that he's either like that he's hit or miss because he's hitting it way more than he is missing. Tommy Pham went 1 for 13. I think someone just screamed out my window to try to get my attention. Fuck you, hoodlums. I mean, Brett Gardner's always good for a decent average, and he went 1 for 13. Yoni Chirios had been doing not half bad this season and got him -1.
I almost made a trade for him this week.
Shane Bieber only got 7 points through a start. All-Star MVP, and he gets 7 points. Yeah, I mean, low numbers out of Judge. Jordan Yamamoto had a complete game, or had not a complete. God, I'm a fucking idiot. There's a win and a loss there. He threw 2 games and only got 9 points. Caleb Smith, who's been hot for Miami, only got him 11. Like, I mean, the shining spots are Ronald Acuna, of course. Whit Merrifield, he's always going to be solid. DJ LeMahieu is always going to be solid. Madison Bumgarner.
Probably going to win LeMahieu's probably going to win the AL batting title, so.
You very well could. I mean, he's prone to do it because he's a tremendous 2-hitter. But then, yeah, Bumgarner with 25 this week. That's a little shocking because it's Bumgarner and it's not 2011.
Yeah. Do you want to break down this 3-team trade that went down this week?
Might see this grossness.
So, I'll tell you the teams. I'll tell you what team A, B, and C got, and you tell me who won.
So
Okay.
This is what I'm seeing. So Yeet.
No, don't say team names. Not too late. You already read it.
It doesn't have to be a fucking conundrum. Yeet trades Hyunjin Ryu and Julio Urias, a couple of Dodgers. Of course, to Javi for Martin Perez and George Springer. Okay.
See, it looks bad because it was a 3-team trade.
But then, so basically, Yeet trades Hyunjin Ryu and Julio Urias for Taylor Rogers and Alex Young.
So you have to look at
for D. Gordon and what the fuck is this retardation?
Timeout. Taylor Saladino just hit his second grand slam of the week.
Did he actually?
419 feet to center, and the Brewers now lead the Reds 5-4 in the bottom of the 8th.
Please tell me Sonny Gray wasn't pitching. Please tell me Sonny Gray wasn't pitching.
I don't think Sonny Gray was still pitching.
Yes.
Was Sonny Gray still pitching?
No.
No, Sonny Gray was not pitching.
That's good for me. All I need is Eric Thames to hit a home run, and I'll be okay. I'll be okay, Annie.
All right, so anyways. So if you look at who gave up what and what they got in return. Javi gave up Robbie Ray, Hyunjin. Oh, no.
Robbie Ray, Martin Perez, and George Springer.
And he got Ryu, Urias, and Max Kepler. Not bad. Yeet gave up Taylor Rogers, Alex Young, Hyunjin Ryu, and Julio Urias, and got Martin Perez, George Springer, and Carlos Santana. And then I gave up Max Kepler, Carlos Santana, and got Alex Young, Taylor Rogers, and Robbie Ray. So as you can tell, I needed pitching bad. Any thoughts on the trade?
This. So Yeet gets back Springer. Perez is shit, so I had him and dropped him. So Perez is shit. Perez doesn't matter. So basically all he got back was Springer, Santana, and Gordon, which I think
that was a drop. That was not. It says trades, but it was a drop. I had to drop D. Gordon to make space. He didn't even get D. Gordon. He got Carlos Santana.
So we got Springer and Santana for Ryu, Urias, Rogers, and Young.
Yes.
This Alex Young guy is a young, no pun intended, a young pitcher who 19, 8, 25, 19, and 3 are his starts.
Mm-hmm.
So
He
far
had
this
one bad
season.
start against the Brewers.
I mean, he threw 2.1 innings against the Dodgers with a K. I mean, okay, so that's why he was 8.
Mm-hmm. But it
Taylor
wasn't bad.
Taylor Rogers has been really, really good. Besides those last 2 appearances, he has been really, really good with a 2-2 record, 14 saves, 57 Ks, and a sub-2 ERA. He has been phenomenal out of the
And a
bullpen.
sub-1 whip.
Yeah, phenomenal out of the bullpen. I mean, his last 2 appearances, he's combined for neg 9, but still phenomenal. Can't express that enough. Let's say it one more time.
Mm-hmm.
So Taylor Rogers is a big give up because he's one of the best relievers in the league. Alex
So, okay,
Young,
about that, before we break that down anymore, when we were going through the trade, I was going to ask for Yarbrough from Tampa Bay, and he's like, how about I give you Taylor Rogers instead? And I was like,
why would
yeah,
he do?
fuck yeah.
Why would he do that?
No brain cells.
Whatever. But so it's a top 10 reliever, and well, is he actually top 10? He's 18th power. He's ranked 18th.
Power rankings mean a lot.
They fucking don't. He's ranked 18th, but he could be in contention for a top 10 reliever in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Alex Young looks like he's a decent young pitcher, nothing too special because I mean he's had
It's
3
hard to tell.
good
Yeah.
starts, a short one, and a shit one.
Mm-hmm.
However, giving up Hyunjin Ryu, where he has, as far as I can see, 1 shit start this year, and that is it.
So
But
I kind of helped him sell him because I said, sell high. There's no way he keeps up this pace. Which honestly, I really don't feel like he can keep up this pace much longer.
we're over halfway through the season.
Yeah, I know, but I
He's
feel like
11-2 with
there's
112
an innings cap or an
100.
injury or something coming, and I don't know whether he can keep up this pace.
Yeah, I do. You can plan for that future all you want. That like the innings cap or like that is way far. That's towards the end of the season. An injury, no one can plan for injury. But as of right now, his last 6 starts are 24, 14, 22, neg 13, 14, 22. That's just his last 6. He's boasting on an 11-2 record with 112 Ks, a 1.76 ERA, a .93 WHIP. He's the 4th highest scoring pitcher.
Mm-hmm.
So giving him up, that's a big price tag. And Julio Urias has, I'm guessing since his transition to the pen, has been doing astounding. As far as I can see, his last 6 appearances are 8, 8, 5, 11, 13, and 13. 4-2 record, 3 saves, 58 Ks, 2.25 ERA. Again, sub-1 WHIP.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so
Just to
another
get
thing
back
about this trade,
starting pitcher.
another thing about this trade was Javi was being very stubborn, and he was only going to give him Juan Soto for Ryu. And I was like, okay, come on. Like, Wills was actually going to do it, and I was like talking to him. I was like, you cannot let Javi do that to you. Like, that is beyond a fleeced level. Like, Juan Soto is good, but you cannot give up Ryu for that little.
Well, with the combination of those two, you give up Ryu and Urias. Those combined, it should easily go for that. You could probably swing like a superstar out of that. You might be able to swing with those two. You might be able to swing if you put in one other piece. You might get maybe Mookie Betts because those two have been dominating.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that Javi was able to unload Martin Perez, who is god fucking awful. Neg 5, 14, 9, 19, 1, and 7. He has over a 4 ERA. He almost has a 1.5 WHIP, and he's 8-3, but has 89 Ks.
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention, all of his last 6 starts, his walks are 4, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, and his hits are 7, 5, 7, 3, 5, 6. So he's averaging he's giving up 5 to 6 hits a game. There are some games where he's just walking like four people, which four walks is a little much. And it's just over a 4 ERA. Having a pitcher with over a 4 ERA is just, I don't want to say unacceptable, but it's teetering on the lines of like, you should get rid of
Yeah. All right, so then break down my side of the trade. This is your chance. So I gave up Max Kepler, Carlos Santana, and got Robbie Ray, Taylor Rogers, Alex Young.
Robbie Ray has been really decent this year, or like he's kind of hot and cold. It kind of seems like his last six are 9, 15, 26, 22, neg 5, and 10. So it's either he's going to give you a solid like mid to high 20s, or like it just seems like he's going to go low after that. Because, I mean, 26 and 22, those are pretty damn good starts. 15, the only reason I can really see that it got that high is he must have gotten a win in his 7 Ks in 6 innings, because otherwise he gave up 4 runs. And then, and then his 9, he gave up 7 hits through 4 innings. And the only reason he got 9 is because he bettered the hits with 8 Ks. He's a high strikeout pitcher.
The main reason that I wanted him was because I have a feeling he's going to get traded here at the trade deadline, and with him being such a high strikeout kind of guy, I feel like if he goes to the right place, he could be even better than where he is now. Because he's playing in a really tough, well, I shouldn't even say tough division. You just have to play the Dodgers a lot.
He's playing at a pitcher's ballpark, though. Granted, yes, they're in Arizona where it's a little more heat, or there's more heat, so the ball's going to carry a little bit more. But that ballpark, Chase Field, is not like from left center to right center is not a very
413 and a monster wall, yeah.
Yeah, that that's not very hitter friendly. So the fact that Robbie Ray is still like he has a 3.92 in a pitcher's ballpark, that scares me. Yes, he can have high strikeout totals, but the fact that he has a 1.3 WHIP and a 3.92 ERA in a non-hit in a pitcher-friendly ballpark, kind of uh, kind of adds a little bit of a bitter taste onto that deal for me. And especially because that one was a straight up for Max Kepler, who is showing
See,
that he.
that's where the 3-team trade part comes in, because I was also hauling in 2 pitchers for 1 fielding player.
So you dropped D Gordon.
Yeah, he's been shit. Or he was when I dropped him.
The fact that you were able to, the fact that you were able to get then Taylor Rogers and Alex Young for just Carlos Santana is pretty impressive. Because I mean, as of late, Carlos Santana he's been kind of average, but his season he's looking really nice. And dropping D Gordon, I was actually looking at possibly getting D Gordon from you earlier this season. I know I tried.
Should have made that fucking trade.
So I mean, getting Taylor Rogers back, and well, I'll be fucking damned. That last 2 starts thing for him, where it was neg 8, neg 1. Well, that neg 1 is still ongoing, and he now has 5.
Yeah.
So, there's that, and then this Alex Young guy. I mean, it's.
Well, and the reason I was okay with giving up Santana was I also have. So I was actually playing in my utility spot lately because I have Matt Olson in my first base currently, and then Yoan Moncada at my third base, and Danny Santana, who I just picked up in my corner infield, and Eric Hosmer on the bench, Corey Seager on the bench. So he was good, but I was okay with giving him up because I had the other pieces to play, and I feel like I really needed some pitching because my pitching has been pretty rough this year, and now I have my pitching staff is pretty insane between Blake Snell, Robbie Ray, DeGrom, Nola, Pineda, Wheeler, Osuna, Presley, Taylor Rogers, Alex Colome. I feel pretty confident with that pitching staff.
Yeah, it's a pretty good pitching staff. I mean, there's no doubt about it. The team with the shittiest end of the stick in this deal is definitely Yair.
Agreed.
I mean, just seeing him get Martin Perez is that's the part. I mean, I love George Springer too. I mean, he's an Astro, so I love George Springer, and he is phenomenal. But the dude this season has been, if I'm not mistaken, or if I don't know if I'm talking out my ass, but from what I've seen, he's been somewhat injury prone this season. It wasn't out for a while there. On top of just like it seems every year he gets a little bit of a bite from the injury bug, which sucks because he's an amazing center fielder and he's an amazing outfielder since I think he's playing a lot of right now. But he's an amazing outfielder. So I just think he got the shit end of that stick. If someone got the best end of that, it might be Javi. It very well might be Javi. Because I mean,
it really depends on whether Ryu can keep up the pace that he's on.
The fact that he can get Hyun-Jin Ryu, Urias, and Kepler all just for, I mean, strikeout happy Robbie Ray and shit ass Perez and Springer. The fact he can get that return is good for him.
So then,
he's a fucking dick because he beat me, but I mean, good for him.
All right, we're actually gonna take a break quick. Gino was trying to call me, so I'm gonna. All right, we're back, guys. So we just discussed that 3-team trade, and one of the teams that was involved in the 3-team trade is actually coming in at number 4 this week, up from number 6, and that is Barely Not Legal and Javi. As you know, he won. He won this week.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to add any comments, quick?
I mean,
before we break it down,
he did to me in our chat what I do to everybody when I see some unfortunate circumstances. So when he put up his 178 day, he sent me the "I'm so sorry" beaks. It's a little condescending, as that's what I mean it by whenever I say it. But I mean,
you mean to tell me that you're not actually sorry?
I mean, I kind of am sometimes. Like it's 2 weeks ago, it made me feel bad that I had to win in one given day because I think who was I playing? It was Phelps, wasn't it? I think I was playing Albies.
So?
Albies home for. I think I was playing Albies. He had negative 30 in a day. I mean, I felt bad about it, but did I really? Kinda.
Not really.
But like not like enough to where I would legitimately say I'm sorry. But
so let's break down his.
He did that to me, and I mean, it was just a good strategy on how he got that day. But I mean, it was just a good game.
Let's break down his 178-point day, which, by the way, is a new record, and nobody's ever done that. Nobody probably will ever do that again, unless they use all 12 pitchers. Oh, wait, no, they can't use 12 pitchers.
He had 8 pitchers pitch, and
8 of 9 available.
That's not enough. That's not enough, though. Just having 8 pitchers pitch is not enough. Having 8 pitchers pitch and them do what they did.
Yeah, Garrett Cole, 27. Yeah. Mike Clevenger, 26. Robbie Ray, 15. Chris Paddock, 32. Martin Perez, 14. Chris Archer, 13. Homer Bailey, 18. And then Dallas Keuchel, 1.
Yeah, so...
And he also had a reliever on the bench who got 3.
So the fact that... So Garrett Cole, seeing 27 is not a big deal. Because it's Garrett Cole.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Clevenger seeing 26, he's prone to do it. Him and Bauer, they're great pitchers. They're prone to hit numbers like that. So that's not surprising. Robbie Ray, 15, seeing that. He had 7 strikeouts compared to 6 hits. Yeah, of course, it's going to be middle of the pack. Seeing Chris Paddock hit 32, though, that's a little alarming. Seeing Martin Perez hit anything above 4, crazy. Chris Archer with 13 at this point in his career, with how it's been going lately, crazy.
Paddock doesn't shock me, honestly.
Seeing 7.2 innings of one hit, one walk ball, gave up one earned run, had 8 strikeouts.
Yeah, but if you look at his last 3 starts, he's been really good. He's given up less than 3 or fewer hits in every one of his last 3 starts, and 1 or fewer earned runs with 1 walk, and either 6 or 8 strikeouts.
Yeah, but if you look at when he exited those last 2, he exited after 6, which at that point, yes, technically a quality start. But then it's a 5.2 outing against LA, so that means his pitch count's getting up there and he's not able to complete it. The fact that he was able to keep his pitch count down to 94 through 7.2 or 7 2/3 innings, that's the part that is a little shocking. And the fact that it was 1 hit, 1 walk ball, and still able to strike out 8 against, I mean, granted, it was Miami, but
His K to walk ratio this year is 95 to 19 through 90 innings.
yeah.
So he's like
seeing
just
32,
over 1 an inning.
Seeing 32 and you don't hear a name attached to it like Verlander, Cole, Scherzer, DeGrom, even Syndergaard still. Like not hearing that name attached to it, seeing 32 is fucking impressive.
Yeah.
And again, I mean, Dallas Keuchel with 1, it was a shit day for him against Milwaukee. Homer Bailey with 18, honestly, that's a little. I know Homer Bailey's decent still. Well, he's okay, but
yeah.
no,
Last thing, you can add a quick comment to this after if you'd like, but Chris Paddock, if he wasn't on a pitch count and inning limit, I actually would have had him as a sleeper Cy Young contender. So yeah.
Cool.
Coming in at number 5, he also took a loss this week, and he has fallen off quickly. Jake Thibodeau, former guest, fill in last week. Changed his team name to Austin Wants a Dirty Sanchez. We should probably start with this. Would you please explain a Dirty Sanchez in the most family-friendly way possible?
If I'm not mistaken, it is when I'm gonna try to do this as family friendly as possible. If I'm not mistaken, it's where you stick your finger up your asshole and wipe the remnants of shit underneath someone's nose to resemble that of as a mustache, and for some reason it's synonymous with a Mexican named Sanchez.
Well, it doesn't have to be your finger, but yes.
Well, it should be your finger.
Well,
it should be, because who's just going to do that with their dick for fun? And thank you for the inner workings of your mind, everybody. Austin Froggy.
Yeah, so he changed his name. Obviously did not help at all this week. Took a big L.
I would like to say I commend Jake Thibodeau for what seems like constantly coming up with team names that reference that of shit. A dirty Sanchez refers to shit on the upper lip underneath the nose. Crohn's disease is a disease where it's like difficult for bowel movements and it hurts.
Yep. Sounds like somebody's a big butt stuff guy.
Hey, some of the best guys in history were butt stuff guys. You may not have known it. Abraham Lincoln, he liked a little bit of before he got an ass in the back of his head.
Oh, Jesus. So, yeah, he's going to be number 5. His team wasn't, I mean, he lost, so his team wasn't that impressive. I would like to mention Yu Darvish is kind of back, I think.
I mean, he had
6 innings and 28 points.
6 innings of scoreless ball with 7 strikeouts and 2 hits. I mean, yeah, that was a good start for him. I mean, he's progressing back because he had his last 6 ago, 26, and then he decreases down to 10, 1, back up to 11, 23, 28. I think Yu Darvish is one of those guys that's just like he goes in waves, and it's a literal wave because it goes up and then he just
I heard a funny stat the other day that Yu Darvish, since being with the Cubs, has his last 2 starts were his first 2 starts where he hasn't allowed more than 4 or more runs in an outing.
He's
at
a
home.
Cub.
At home. At home, that is.
Yeah.
So at home, in every start other than the last two, he has allowed 4 or more runs.
It happens. Happens to the best of them.
Well, when you spend that much money, it shouldn't happen to the best of them, but
Well, yeah, look what the Phillies spent on Bryce Harper. How's that money being used right now?
yeah, not well. So then Jake's other top performers, Edwin Encarnacion, finally earned his pinstripes. He hit 4 home runs last week. Marcus Stroman, probably on the move here at the trade deadline, but he is hot, and I really hope the Brewers get him. He had 25 points in 7 innings. He had a win and 5 Ks.
Unfortunately, Lucas Giolito looks like he's fallen off a little bit.
G Elite O. I don't know. I don't.
19, 4, neg 9, 23, 8, neg 5 in his last 6.
Yeah, but who are they against? The Cubs
Tampa Bay,
were
Kansas
2
City,
bad
the
ones.
Cubs, Minnesota, Boston, and Kansas, and the Cubs.
So he had tough starts. I don't know.
Kansas City, and he gets 4. Really?
Yeah, that was bad. He had one bad one, a couple against tough teams. Other than that,
Goes up and gets negative both times against the Cubs. Really?
Yep. Let's see. This was also the same week we made a big trade, so he lost a couple players.
He had 3 negatives.
Why? Okay.
Gonzalez.
Jake, you're listening to this. I know you are. Why the fuck do you have Marco Gonzalez? What is up with your fucking fetish of bad pitchers?
I think the fact that
How many times are you going to stream this bastard before you realize that he's not good?
he has parts that are good. I mean, his last 2, 6 and negative 2, not good. Then he had a 25 against Oakland, 0 against Houston, 12 against Milwaukee, and 19 versus Kansas City.
He's not great.
Well, no one said he was great.
He's not. He's marginal at best.
Okay, Avery.
All right, but yeah, so he's going to be number 5. Number 6, all the way up from number 8. Okay, so he's been bouncing around a lot. This is where I didn't know who to put where, and it just ended up the way it did. So moving up from 8 to 6 is LB's Home for Christmas. He beat Kratz Test but Dummies by 100 points this week. It was a keek chapping, as Javi would say. But yeah, he won 346, 246. Wow. Walker Buehler. Yep, he's still hot. He scored 46 for LBs this week on 13 innings, a win, two earned runs in 13 innings.
32 of that came in the second start of the week.
Yeah. Lourdes Gurriel Jr., 29. I like that guy. I tried to make a trade for him, but nothing was ever worked out there.
Gurriel brothers are really prospering at the moment.
They are. Zach Plesac, he's a nice prospect just brought up by Cleveland. He's been pitching well. Yep, me too.
Dan Plesac.
Zach Plesac.
I know it's Zach Plesac, but Dan Plesac.
Mike Minor, he didn't have a great week, but he got 10 points in a loss, so I'd say for a loss, that's pretty good.
You know it's a down week in scoring when Kratz Test Dummies has -1 by Will Myers, his only negative, and then you still have Albie's Home for Christmas. He comes out and beats him by 100, scoring 346 when he has -23, -12, -5, and -3.
Yeah. Kenley Jansen, by the way, sucks this year.
Yeah, not too good.
He is not good. The Dodgers are definitely going to have to get relief pitching, which sucks because it'll probably be Will Smith, which, yeah, I don't want to see that happen. But
it's good to see that he did a good thing and released Jesse Chavez after he put up -23.
Yeah, 2/3 of an inning, a loss on 7 earned.
Yeah,
I'd say I'd drop him. So he's moving up from 8 to 6. I'm keeping myself at 7, even though I got a nice win this week. I just absolutely... The team name is back. I said I might change my team name, but I really slapped the dick around this week and won by 133 points.
Yeah, that's not that hard to do when the other team scores 200.
Yes, I know. Any thoughts on my placement, Zach?
Any thoughts on your placement?
Placing myself at 7th.
Logical?
I feel like I deserve to be higher.
No.
Maybe like a 6 or a 5.
No.
Oh. Okay.
But that, my opinion, doesn't matter.
You're right, it doesn't.
I'm aware.
I give 0 shits about your opinion.
Yeah, because you're too busy you're roster baiting and fucking
My
scoreboard baiting.
roster is great right now, and if this was a Dynasty League, I would be in great shape. Keston Hira, 40 points this week. My best player of the week, tied with Blake Snell for 40.
Mm-hmm.
Blake Snell's back, by the way. Mookie Betts also back this week. Bryce Harper, kind of back. Jacob deGrom, pretty good back. Okay, this really pissed me off.
What's
The
really
Mets.
pissing me off is you keep saying fucking back.
The Mets. So deGrom goes out there, throws a fucking gem. 7 innings, 10 Ks, 3 hits, 3 walks. They lost 1-0 in 10 innings to the fucking Giants.
That's what happens when it's DeGrom.
He needs to get traded.
But we won't. That's the thing.
It's so
Asking price is
frustrating.
going to be way too high. And any team that does trade for him is going to be dumb because the asking price is going to be way too damn high.
He's just so good. How do you pitch that well and get a no decision? How does your team not put up a single run?
I got the answer. And I think you already know it.
Yeah, I do know. This is going to be really fucking stupid.
He's on the Mets. That's how. They haven't been good since 2009.
Is that one? Was that actually one?
I have no fucking clue. David Wright's not on anymore.
No, it was not 09. It was sooner. It was more recently than that.
They suck. They've sucked for a while.
They have.
They have bright spots, but they suck.
Yeah. Anyways, I used 9 pitchers this week. I made a lot of moves. I don't know if you looked at Yee Brothers' roster as of recent, but I'm pretty sure he's traded literally everyone and anyone and just has random holes in his lineup and probably could add about 5 players because he's taking that bad, so he's just trading them all away.
Tell you something. I'm gonna say it. Don't care you broke your elbow.
I was gonna say that.
I would be extremely shocked if he sets his lineup.
Yeah, no, I don't think he does. He traded everybody.
All of his pitchers are on his bench.
But yeah, I used a lot of players this week. I was streaming a lot of pitchers, using them, dropping them, using them, dropping them. Yeah, I think I should be higher, but I'll keep myself at 7th. And I'm fine with that.
That should be higher.
Number 8 is Boot Scooter Boogie, down from 5. He lost Braden this week, our number 1 ranked team. He lost 328.
Every single time I hear
300.
you say that, I just want to go over to your house and stick a fucking beater into your goddamn urethra.
So Boot Scooter actually
That's right. Stay silent.
Play bad. I mean, Clayton Kershaw scored 47, but I had to drop him because he lost. Elby's won. I won. Elby's has a better record than me, so I had to keep him higher. I don't know if that appeases to you at all.
It doesn't, because here's why. Shall I say it?
So
I lost.
Boot Scooter had 3 negatives.
ahead of everyone.
He used 9 pitchers. Soroka. Oh, wow. Okay, so the pitchers that they had bad starts. Soroka -2, who had been hot before that. If I'm not wrong. Yeah. Well,
That's a loose term.
I don't want to say hot. He is 10-2 though, with a 2.46.
Now, this is the shocking one. Jumping down to his worst player of the week, German Marquez. That man may have had the most polar week of pitching in his goddamn life.
You don't
he starts
say.
the week off with 2 2/3 innings, giving up 11 hits, 11 earned runs, striking out 3, getting negative 27 points.
To the Giants, mind you.
To the Giants. So if that, chances are that there may have been no home runs. Chances are when
Could have
Brandon
been
Belt
11
leads your
home runs.
team, bullshit. Brandon Belt leads the team, and I'm pretty sure he's not even at 15.
Brandon Belt had 2 home runs that day, though.
There you go. But still, 11 hits, 11 earned runs,
Yeah,
negative
in
27 points.
2 and 2/3.
Comes back against the Yankees,
Hmm.
tosses 7 innings
In
of 3
hitter-friendly
hits.
Yankee Stadium.
7 innings, 3 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, 5 Ks, gets 22 points. Ends with negative 5 on the week.
Yeah.
Shocking stuff.
Tough week.
Has a sub 5 ERA as a Rockies pitcher though.
Yeah, he used 9
4.99.
pitchers and he had a lot of bad luck. What can you say? A lot of teams had bad luck this week.
If you keep shoving this knife in my back, I'm gonna shove one square in yours, and I'm gonna twist.
So number 9 is moving up actually from the 10 spot. These teams don't really matter. I don't know if either of them set their lineups, but points wise, Kratz scored more points than Yeehee Brother, so moving him up.
Dude, you are a fucking contradiction of a human being.
I love it. Yeah, so Kratz scored 246 and Yee scored 200. Okay, but in actuality, how can I not move Kratz to Stummy up? They have the same record. Kratz scored more points. And Yee Brother traded his whole team away.
How could you move someone up when they both lose, have the same record, but one scores more points, but you move someone down that has a better record, just so happened to lose while the other one won and scored more points? You are. Am I in the fucking Twilight Zone?
Hey, it's a week by week ranking, so
I don't give a fuck.
take notes from Jake.
Week by week.
Take notes from Jake.
What?
Take notes from Jake.
How am I? What notes am I supposed to take from Jake?
Well, if you watched last week's video, he got very, very upset. And look he moved up a little bit this week.
Austin, what have I been doing this whole time? I'm fucking irate.
I know, so is he.
This is ridiculous, Austin.
You're ridiculous, Austin.
Don't even, hey, Kremlin, don't even come at me with that bullshit right now.
All right, anyways, so going through the rankings real quick again.
Some of the rankings.
Number 1.
The one that doesn't get logic applied.
Number 1, Bartolo Colonoscopy Braden. Number 2, Zach Beekman. I was raped by a black man, but he was raped by a Mexican this week.
I'm getting raped by the commissioner of our league right now.
3, Yeet, Austin Wills. Number 4, Barely Not Legal, and Javi. Hopefully Ice catches him over the weekend. Be in Chicago, by the way, if Ice is actually listening to this. Number 5, Austin wants a Dirty Sanchez, but he got a Dirty Sanchez anyway with Jake Thibodeau. Number 6, LB's Home for Christmas, and Zach Phelps. Number 7, finally did the dick slapping. Dick slaps only in Austin, me. Number 8, Boot Scooter Boogie, boot scooting down the rankings. Brandon Farkas. Number 9, moving up from 10, Kratz to Stummies, just because he scored more points this week. And then number 10 dropping down because he traded his
The worst
team away.
part is
Yee,
it's
brother.
smug ass smile every goddamn time you fucking say something.
Yeah, next week is going to be just fantastic. Do you have any final thoughts, Zach? Any quick final thoughts? You got about 30 seconds.
I want your bloodline to be ended, preferably by my hands. That it goes for you. Unfortunately, your brother has to be collateral damage as well. Both of them, maybe. I don't know. I'm upset. I'll draw it again. I'm drawing the P for protest.
No one gives about your damn pee.
Well, I mean, your ass is gonna find out that my pee's pretty goddamn fucking quick. You keep it up there, Buster Brown. Um. So yeah, no, I'm upset.
All right, your minute's up.
Your power trip is not up, obviously. I just
No, but your minute is up.
now I'm stifling my words. Freedom of speech, no more,
You
huh?
have to silence the haters.
Well, this isn't hate. This is loathing.
All right. Well, if you guys would like, please follow us on Instagram at the Backdoor Pod, on Twitter at Podcast Backdoor. If you want to email us any
You
of your
email us, and I will
thoughts,
treat you the same way I treat Austin on a daily basis, and that is not very good.
you can email us your thoughts, concerns, likes, dislikes, comments, whatever you'd like, ideas for debates on the pod.
Hey, can you send me a message through Roblox?
Yeah. Other than that, please
We started a
subscribe
Twitch.
to our channel, because if you subscribe, then you get notifications every time we post a new video, which makes
Well,
it
that's only
easier
if you
on
turn on the
you.
bell. So remember to turn on that bell.
Do that. Turn on the bell.
Also, we recently started a Twitch.
Yep.
So in the coming, once some technical difficulties get ironed out through that, possibly, hopefully sooner than later. Check that out.
You can check
If
out Zach and our newest member, Bane Johnson, on there.
Yep, one of our other friends, Bane, he's saying that he's going to be joining the gaming side of things. So we can give a little variety for everyone.
Yeah, Backdoor Gaming.
Yeah. Also, in the coming future, or in the coming days, we may be going through not a rebranding, but a relogoing of sorts. Who knows? Maybe things are in the works. And we have other big news that we can't talk about since it's not finalized. But we'll be looking out for that.
Just make sure you subscribe to our channel and follow us on all social media, and then you can find out.
Yeah, just don't email us.
Or do. The choice is yours.
Well, just don't fucking email us.
All right, guys.
Just don't DM.
Be sure to also check out episode 5, which should be coming out soon. And yeah, enjoy your week and play safe.